Hello, in this video, we will introduce how to define a function. This is the definition of a function. It begins with the keyword def, followed by the function name and a list of the parameters inside the parentheses. And then give the function implementation in the function body. This is a simple example. It defines the function named max with two parameters, num1 and num2. This is the implementation. If num1 is greater than num2, the result is num1, else the result is num2. Return result. Now let's look at all the elements. Function name is the max. The formal parameters, num1 and num2. The parameter list, this is all the parameters. The function header is the def with the function name and the parameters. So please note that the function header ends with the colon. The function body is to implement the function. The function returns value, return result. When return result is executed, the function is finished. When you call the function, you pass the actual parameter to the formal parameter. The actual parameters are also called arguments. Now, in the next section, we're going to put this function into a program. So this is the program I'm going to write here is this. We define two functions. The first function is the max function. The second is the main function. Now, this is to invoke the main function. The main function does not have any parameters. So when you invoke it without any arguments passed. So this is the main. And let's see how it works through the animation.
The program loads the definition for the max function to the memory.
The Python interpreter loads the definition of the function to the memory.
The program loads the definition for the main function to the memory.
And the main function is loaded to the memory.
The program starts the execution by invoking the main function.
So now, invoking the main function.
The main function is now being executed. The statement assigns 5 to variable I. The statement assigns 2 to variable j. The statement will invoke the max function and assign the return value from the function to k. Check your understanding. In Python, an integer is stored in an object. Will num1 and I reference the same object when invoking m, I, j? Answer yes or no.
The answer is yes. We're going to see why this is the answer. Now, in Python, all data are objects. This I is 5. It is actually, so I is a reference to the object 5. And j is the reference to the object 2. So when you pass I to num1, you are actually pass the value of the reference to num1. So what is the value of I? I is actually the reference. It's like a memory address here. and it points to this object. So that is the reference value is passed to num1. So that's, you're not going to create any new objects. So that's.
You are correct. Let us continue to see how it works. I and j are passed to num1 and num2. I and num1 reference the same object with value 5 and j and num2 reference the same object with value 2.
Now when we say I is passed to num1, so what happens? It is the reference value for this object pointed by I is passed to num1. So num1 is pointed to the same object as I now.
The condition, num1 is greater than num2, is tested. It is true in this case. Num1 is assigned to result.
So this is the result now. It is right here.
The result is returned from the max function. The max function is finished. The returned value is assigned to variable k.
So now num1, num2 result, they are gone because max function is finished. So this is the k is right here, and it points to the same object as I.
The statement displays the result.
So this is the result displayed. Now, let's see how this is executed on the call stack. So here is the, look at this main, invokes the main function. In the main function, it invokes the max function. After the max function returns, it goes back to the caller. And this finishes and goes back to the caller. So let's look at this, how these arguments are passed. You can see this is here, is this is the object. I is this to the int object, and I is passed to num1, and num1 now points to the same int object. Now let's look at the call stack. Each time a function is invoked, the function is put into the call stack. Is what is in the call stack? That's called an activation record for the function. So it stores all the local variables and the parameters for the function. So when you start the main function is invoked. Here you're gonna put the activation record for the main function now. So the main function has this I and j. So this is I and this is j. And now let's invoke another function. This is the activation record for the max function. So now you see this object here is, this is now num1 points to the objects same as I and j, and num2 point to the same object. So now you're going to have this max function finds the result. So this is the result now is right here, 0.25. So after this max function is finished, so now you see this is the assign this max to k, that's 5. And after this main function is finished, the stack is now empty. So this is the called a call stack, and this is how a computer program is executed. So you have this program calls function call another function on top of it. So this is a stack. It's the last in first out. So you have a function on it always on the top of the stack that is being executed. after that function is finished, it's removed from the stack. Thank you very much for watching this video. See you on the next video.